Hello everyone and welcome now to game 3 in a best of 3 between apm87 and Yumiko here on Amazonia. And what's going on? apm87 spawning as the night elf on the bottom left hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Yumiko spawning as the red human on the top right hand side of the map under the name Claire. Human versus night elf in this matchup. As the Altar of Kings goes down, we see a barracks and a farm go down as well. And are we seeing an Altar of Elders? Yes, we are. It is not going to be a Dark Ranger. Perhaps it will be a Warden. It looked as though apm87 really wanted to try to get that strategy going where you utilize one hero and get it up to level 6. Unfortunately, the Archmage was able to get to level 6 as well, and the economic advantage with that expansion simply too much, as the Yumiko was able to get up to a 77 supply army fighting up against a 51 supply, and that did make a very, very big difference there. Now, what is the hero going to be? Is it? Nope, still the typical Demon Hunter, so it may be a repeat of game 1, Demon Hunter followed by Panda. That is a very, very 1-2 strong 1-2 punch where the Panda is able to Breath of Fire and the Demon Hunter acts as your main tank, dealing a lot of damage. Ancient of War now training up some archers. Meanwhile, back over here you can see an arcane tower will be constructed rather early, and will these two armies engage early is a very important question. It is going to be an Archmage coming in from the human player. And here we go. Game is underway. At the 2-minute mark is pretty much when every WarCraft 3 game really begins. And here we go. Already starting off that creep. Archmage or Archer taking a bit of damage. Now utilizing that lightning shield. Oh, has to be careful. Now standing next instead to that Renegade Wizard. And the Renegade Wizard just getting reversed there, as that lightning shield causing problems for the Renegade Wizard. It's going to actually get down to about half-life, and the Demon Hunter will finish it off. So the Demon Hunter could actually have teched Mana burned it, and then moved along its merry way. We'll see whether or not it goes after the Rogue. Yes, it will, and gonna let the Ancient of War once again tank all of that damage. Alright, Rogue will be falling. All that Ancient of War is doing is just bashing on a couple of trees, and now the Archer is going to be here to try and finish off these Ancients of War. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter now coming in. The Demon Hunter chasing after that one particular footman. The footman is going to be backing off, decides not to, and the Demon Hunter now making its way all the way back to the north. Flying sheep for no other reason than to click and get in the way, as the Demon Hunter gonna be getting into position here. Let's see, there is one scout farm already being constructed, and it looks like a peasant may get taken down. Not that big of a deal in WarCraft 3, but it is still going to be experience that would normally not have been received. Alright, the Demon Hunter, does it have enough for a mana burn? Not quite sure why it didn't mana burn. You always want to deny early mana to that Archmage to prevent him from creeping. Alright, Demon Hunter now making a move back here. Is it going to pick up Boots of Speed? I don't believe so. And it's normally a race to the Nike shop between a Demon Hunter and an Archmage. So I am surprised there, as we see a whole bunch of slow. And what is this guy doing? He is teleporting. Where is he teleporting to? Right over here. And now in comes the rest of the units. Demon Hunter may try to come in. Is he perhaps going to come in with Immolation Aura? No, he doesn't have Immolation. There's the Mana Burn instead, and getting in a bit of damage. So far, the archers are currently ensnared. Not good news for those archers at all. Water elementals, there's a second mana burn, and the Demon Hunter not really doing much of anything, as the archers are now trying to get away. Alright, that is a whole bunch of slowed archer now trying to get away, pulling back. It looks as though that archer will get taken down. Why isn't that water elemental going to get taken down? One archer goes down, another archer goes down there, as the Archmage already sitting at level 3, and this is why Immolation Aura is so good. Scroll of Town Portal now used. If Immolation Aura was used there, multiple peasants would have been taken down. Could have perhaps actually saved the Demon Hunter. And this is just not looking good. It looked like Yumiko in game 1 perhaps fell asleep, and now in game 2 is simply dominating the Night Elf. Archmage now making another move over and going to be pressuring, but The Archmage sitting at level 3 with those level 2 water elementals should just shut down this main base here. Alright, a lot of footmen. Archmage and a Demon Hunter battling it out. The Demon Hunter just shy of level 3. And what is going to be happening? Perhaps taking down all of these Moonwells. No, it looks as though the Demon Hunter going to pick up a Panda and hope to repeat what he did earlier. Archmage picking up Boots of Speed, waiting perhaps for something else, as we are now making a move into here. All right, Arcane Tower. One peasant already taken down. Are we going to see a Breath of Fire? Yes, we are, and we may see a whole bunch of dead peasants here. Oh, the Panda could have gotten some easy kills. Instead, decided to turn around and stop as the Arcane Tower quickly falls. There's another Breath of Fire. Archer's now going to be falling, and 2 heroes versus 1. A huge switch here, as the Panda could perhaps be getting off another Breath of Fire in just a moment. There's a Breath of Fire taking down another footman, dealing more damage again, and the Archmage is now out of mana. Goblin Shredder being picked up by the Night Elf, looking very strong once more. Is the Demon Hunter going to be able to perhaps chase down and take down another number of these running footmen? It looks like it will be able to do so. There goes another footman there. Panda halfway to level 2. Demon Hunter not close to level 4 at all, as a new scout tower now being constructed. All right, Militia now being brought over. The Demon Hunter needs to figure out what its strategy is going to be. You can see that the Militia are just gunning after the Panda, and now it is going to be a quick switch around once more. The Panda still sitting at level 1. There's another mana burn, denying more mana again, and still doing laps around the map. The Panda unable to catch up. What Archmage does have Boots of Speed, and is it going to be enough there? Oh, Manual of Health. Oh, another 25 damage being dealt, as more peasants will get taken down. Panda trying to chase after more units. Panda just did another Breath of Fire, not quite sure where, but if any indication of these low hit point footmen, it most likely was on those footmen again, as another footman goes down. So footmen are falling left and right, and it looks as though the Night Elf player may actually be able to... No, gets another kill there and backs off. The Demon Hunter getting in a lot of damage onto those units, but at this point, Yumiko has so much mineral or so much gold that it doesn't really matter. All right. Is the Goblin Zeppelin going to pick up? No, the Goblin Zeppelin did not pick up the Demon Hunter. Not quite sure why. There it goes. Finally picks him up. And now we're going to have him hide off over here. Meanwhile, back at home, Goblin Shredder. Apparently, Night Elves can utilize lumber by cutting it down and returning it back home. We can see that this one particular Goblin Zeppelin now flying around the map. Is there enough water elementals? Oh, in comes the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter may be able to get off another mana burn, and this is going to be oh so dangerous. Are we going to see another mana burn here? The Archmage dangerously low on hit points, but the Demon Hunter now needs to back away again. Too many footmen, and this is one of those situations where perhaps Immolation Aura would have been better. No real way to surround that Demon Hunter, which is the main way that players try and shut down a Demon Hunter, especially footmen or grunts. But here we have Ancient of War now making their way here. It looks like Dryad's gonna be utilizing their slow poison, taking down rock golems. Goblin Shredder is here as well. Panda should get to level 2 without a problem. And we also have the Demon Hunter perhaps going to be utilizing all of those Moonwells again. Is it going to use another Moonstone to try and fill up all of those Moonwells once more? All right, there is a Rock Golem. The Panda sitting at level 1 will get to level 2 here in just a second, as the Goblin Shredder is being repaired. All right, oh, Archmage comes in, and it looks as though the Goblin Zeppelin will get taken down. Do we have Abolish Magic? No Abolish Magic onto those units there, as the Panda sits at level 2. Level 2 Panda. All right, let's gonna see what's happening here as the Archmage going after those units again. The what is this? What is going on? There's a whole bunch of footmen, and the footmen are just going after those wisps. What is happening here? The Demon Hunter needs to get out of here, perhaps get some damage, and picks it up again. The Goblin Zeppelin will be able to escape. Dryads are now down here, and will the Dryads perhaps be able to shut down or destroy this Goblin Zeppelin? No way to see above the timberline as that other Goblin Zeppelin was taken down. Here we have it, the Demon Hunter. Is he going to pick up perhaps Orb of Venom? Yes, Orb of Venom, and able to get off some shots onto that Goblin Zeppelin there. And the Goblin Zeppelin still once again on the move as we see the Panda sitting at level 2, perhaps going to try to creep out some more creep camps. All right. Yumiko sitting with one lone hero, or one Goblin Zeppelin here. Druid of the Claw, Mastery Training, Bears should be coming into play. Panda still working overtime to try to get to level 3. And will it be a repeat of Game 1 or Game 2? Will the economic advantage pull through with a larger army, or will the superior hero levels of the Panda and Demon Hunter be too much? Panda is sitting at level 3 though. It is not the same level 5 combination that we saw earlier, as the Panda now looking to take down all of these units here. Goblin Shredder is taking a lot of, the Panda taking a lot of damage in addition to the Goblin Shredder, and we are still seeing more units being trained. Zeppelin now backing away, finding a move, as the Panda has had a bunch of free time to creep out, get some very good items here. And what is all of this going to be followed up with next? Rejuvenation most likely coming in on the Panda. Come on, don't make me a liar. No? All right, I would think so. Why not? All right, here we go. Dryads now putting pressure onto the Arcane Vault. There are a lot of guard towers here. We are now going into mortar teams and Arcane Sanctum. Both sides fighting it out. There is that rejuvenation I was talking about just moments earlier, as we see the Goblin Shredder still getting repaired. All right, no Scroll of Town Portal just quite yet. Panda now backing away. It looks as though they're going to try to pick off free and easy buildings. No such thing, as Yumiko has built plenty of buildings all over the place. Goblin Zeppelin has been spotted, as the Ancient of War is down below. Are we going to perhaps see a Scroll of Town Portal? No, no Scroll of Town Portal, as there is no shop nearby. That is potentially going to be sad news, as the Demon Hunter now back home. All right, Scroll of Town Portal is here. Is he going to Staff of Teleportation to the rest of his army, just in case that there is an attack? So he is Staff of Teleporting back home, and that is a great utilization of Staff of Teleportation and Staff of Preservation. Staff of Preservation to head back home to buy a Scroll of Town Portal, and then, oh, what is he doing next? Why is the Wisp here? Oh, he's going to drop straight up inside the base, and you can see that the Moon Whales are going to get taken down. Here we have it. Oh, is the Goblin Zeppelin going to unload everything in time? It looks like the Panda is there. Breath of Fire, and there you go. Panda is now down, but the Panda is dizzy. Both sides are fighting. Are we going to see another Breath of Fire hit across multiple units? The Panda needs to get off another Breath of Fire there. The towers are going to get taken down. The Goblin Zeppelin, oh, no Breath of Fire, as perhaps, yes, hitting down the tanks now. Rejuvenation and going into bear form does give him a little bit more hit points, but not enough to survive. All right, it looks as though the guard towers are going to get taken down here. What's happening next? As both sides are still fighting it out, another Breath of Fire hitting, and now you see a whole bunch of units straight up fighting behind the line here, and this is going to be a difficult fight for the human player to get back into. All right, Demon Hunter sitting at level 3. Panda sitting at level 3. Now level 4. Not quite sure why he wasted a Breath of Fire onto an Arcane Tower, or onto an Arcane Sanctum, as we now see level 4 on that Demon Hunter. Workshop trying to train up more units. That's not working out well. Dryads getting caught in transit. They should not even be trying to make their way over here, as the Demon Hunter has a Scroll of Town Portal in order to try and stay alive. All right, the Druid of the Claw perhaps should be going into bear form in order to deal more damage here, and the Demon Hunter sitting at level 3. Is this going to be enough? All right, it looks as though there is another workshop here, or sorry, another mortar team here. The Demon Hunter perhaps should be trying to use a Scroll of Town Portal to get out of here, as the damage is starting to rack up. All right, more damage is being dealt, and what is happening back at home? All right, Demon Hunter still trying to fight it out. There's Staff of Preservation saving it. Oh, that is the bad news, as the bear may get taken down. The bear is in the backfield and may get focused down here. Staff of Teleportation coming back in, and it looks like the bear will get taken down. Staff of Preservation unable to get there in time, and another Staff of Preservation. All right, the Demon Hunter does have a Scroll of Town Portal. Is it going to be enough? They need to back off again, and they are all just fighting in the back. It is 1 base to 1. Panda sitting at level 4, and these Dryads should not be walking out. This is not what needs to be happening here, as the lumber mill is now in a little bit of danger. Okay, if these 2 Dryads go down, that will be a heavy blow for the Night Elf. Night Elf cannot be losing these units needlessly at all. Naga Sea Witch now trying to make their way in. Another building goes down here, and this is simply a strange sight to behold. So far, what is happening? You can see that the Dryads are now backing off. We are going to go into another tree of life down here for perhaps multiple bases. And now in comes the army. In comes the fight. There's a mana burn. And in comes the units here. No immolation aura. Staff of preservation. There's a breath. No staff of preservation. The demon hunter should perhaps just staff of preservation out the panda. And are we going to see a scroll town portal? I believe so. Yes, it is. I can't believe that the demon hunter is going to stick around for far too long. And wow, down to 57 hit points and survives ever so barely. As we now see Druids of the Claw nearby. Come on, rejuvenation on your heroes. That's what you need to be doing. You have the mana. Why not? Finally, it felt like he was just relaxing for a bit. And now here we go. The Demon Hunter actually also got some Moonwell juice when it didn't need to, since it was already rejuvenating there. Okay, so in comes the next battle. The Druids of the Claw are going to stay in Druid form for better mana regeneration for now. This is going to be good for them, as it will be a great follow-up play. And the Demon Hunter sitting at 4, Panda sitting at 4. Is this going to be enough? If both of them can get to 5, that would be huge. But we already have a much larger army coming in from Yumiko. And Yumiko may just attack move with the superior army to take the victory, as the Demon Hunter only has a level 4 advantage over a level 4 level 1. Here we go. There are some towers. Oh, this is going to be bad news. Demon Hunter trying to come in, engaging these Renegade Wizards. We need another rejuvenation onto that Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter taking way too much damage again. Belt of Giant Strength will be most likely picked up by the Demon Hunter instead of the Panda. Not quite sure why. Staff of teleportation, selling some items. And what did he pick up? Scroll of Town Portal again. And all of these units, what is going to be happening? Okay, Staff of Teleportation back to the north. Yes, it does seem that way. And there you have it. All the units are going to be regrouping and then teleporting back down, most likely. Yes, that is the way to move your army around rather quickly. There you go. In comes the next fight. And slow poison not yet coming in. Oh, picked up by a Goblin Zeppelin just in time. And that Goblin Zeppelin is taking a bit of damage. This could be bad here, as all the arcane towers are going to cause problems. Alright, with no real way to defend this location, the Spellbreakers and Bears, both sides are going to be fighting. Staff of Preservation does save that unit there. And what is going to be happening next? Breath of Fire not effective against all these units. It's just a sheer massive army. Breath of Fire hitting a lot of the footmen there. Spellbreakers up in the front. Spellbreakers versus Bears. And the question is there mana on those Bears? Now, let's take a look at the Panda. The Panda is trying to engage here. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability could be utilized. There it is. Or you could be used as mass Wand of Illusions now coming out. But that, I believe, is going to be too little too late. Nagasi, which now sitting at level 2. The battle is simply too much of an army coming in from the human. And as the Panda and the Demon Hunter get overwhelmed, I believe that will be GG. The Druid of the Claw trying to stay alive. Rejuvenation stolen. And with 3 low hit point Bears going down in succession, there you go. Level 5 now onto that Archmage. And that Demon Hunter so much in trouble. Naga Sea Witch, there it goes. There's the game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.